XIMEX TV, Zimbabwe leading trending gossip TV. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms: XIMEX TV on Instagram, XIMEX TV on Facebook, and XIMEX TV on our YouTube channel. You're watching, you're listening to XIMEX TV Hub for the communities. Today is the 9th of May 2022. And so, guys, South African television personality Connie Ferguson, who was in the country for the last 3 days, said she started discussing with some local filmmakers on collaborations on future projects. The Queen, who left yesterday afternoon, promised to return and spend more days with her fans. She left soon after she finished her last program on her itinerary, a Zumba session, which was held in the morning. On Friday, she was welcomed with a dinner at Mickey's Hotel, which was hosted by a business mogul and philanthropist Zodwa Makandla and her Zodwa Makandla Foundation. The splash event, which ran under the theme Black Tie, attracted the who is who in Harare, from business to celebrities, musicians, and fellow actors. Representatives from the Office of the First Lady, Dr. Oxolea Mnangagwa, Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Service Minister Monica Mutsvangwa, and Chairperson of the First Lady's Angel of Hope Foundation, and Tier 1 boss Chipo Mutasa were also part of the VIP guest list. On Saturday, Ferguson took part at the Women in Business Summit held at the venue in Avondale. Speaking at the dinner reception on Friday, Ferguson, who was clad in a glimmering black dress sporting her signature hairdo, said she was happy with the news that some local filmmakers wanted to work with her. I've already started talking to some of the filmmakers I've been introduced to who are doing great things, she said. I'm sure you have seen we are now trying to go regional, bridge the gap between other countries. You might have seen our production, The Queen and the Kings of Joburg. We are now working on season 2, and we're hoping Zimbabwe will be part of this initiative of going regional. I've already said business is business, but arts and culture brings people together. Business and politics are beginning to recognize that, so I think we should put ourselves more so that we are used more by the business and political side. She said Zimbabweans were a welcome lot while the country was a land of great opportunities, especially in the film and television sector. Ferguson said she was chuffed by the response she got from Zimbabweans. Well, this is amazing and I'm delighted, she said. Zimbabwe is so amazing. This is my first time in this country. It's like an hour and some minutes from Johannesburg, but I think it just shows how we can be so close and yet so far apart. This is something that we need to change. I would like to say thank you, Zimbabweans, for taking that step, inviting me here. And the love I received since stepping to your soul has been overwhelming. There's so much Ubuntu. Ferguson said she was pleased by Minister Mutsvangwa's strength, courage, gesture, love, and dedication. I admire that lady, she said. Oh wow, I don't know about you, but as I was seated here watching the minister welcome me, it was so loving. I was all in her presence, stature and swag, style, sense. She has so much swag, and I was talking to Sibo about that. She is approachable and adorable, a strong woman. She and I share the same story. We both lost our loved ones, referring to the recent death of Minister Mutsvangwa's granddaughter, Monica, in a car accident. Even in your grief, you can celebrate me. I'm touched. Thank you so much. Giving her remarks at the dinner, Minister Mutsvangwa said Ferguson's visit carried the double significance of celebrating show business and the arts, and also the contribution of female artists and business persons who have excelled over the years in both Zimbabwe and South Africa. We are gathered at this magnificent dinner held in Ferguson's honor, and you undoubtedly find we are warm, hardworking, and hospitable people, she said. Mr. Mutsvangwa said Ferguson was more than welcome in Zimbabwe for business opportunities. May I also take this moment to let you know that you are in our hearts, and our nation mourns with you and your family on the loss of your husband, the beloved Shona Ferguson, she said. As we do so, we celebrate his life and legacy with you. We are delighted as a nation to finally host you in our country, having been entertained and mesmerized by the world you brought to life on our screens and beyond. Indeed, you become family long before you stepped foot in Zimbabwe. Your visit is coincided with our drive to liberalize the airwaves in order to enhance quality of our programming. To date, we have licensed 6 commercial television channels, 2 of which are already on air, while a third one is on the verge of going on air. As we do so, we we seek to draw inspiration and expertise from persons like you. You have been in the television production business for a while now. Ms. Mutsvangwa said Ferguson's visit has been punctuated with moments of interaction with local producers, especially female producers, so that they glean one or two lessons. I'm also pleased that we are celebrating a woman of stature of Ferguson on the eve of Mother's Day, she said. She has sent the message that for women it is okay to be strong, affirmative, and brave. You have inspired many across the globe, and you continue to challenge women in all spheres that women can do it too. Ms. Mutsvangwa acknowledged that Ferguson was a powerhouse and greatly beloved in her country and beyond, and she represents values which inspired many and uphold a work ethic all should aspire to reach. Over the years, we have followed you on our screens from soap operas which include Generations, date back to 1994, Rockview, and The Wild, she said. We held our breath watching The Queen in countless other productions which have made you a darling of many. Your story has been one of a strong woman of power who has defied all odds and distinguished herself as an icon in Africa and beyond. Ms. Mutsvangwa assured Ferguson that Zimbabwe was her home. We are not merely connected by geographic contiguity, we share a long and rich history, one which cannot be separated by the Limpopo, she said. We were supported by the ANC during our liberation struggle, and in return, we ourselves were at the forefront of agitating for the end of apartheid across the Limpopo. Our highest trade volumes are with South Africa, and indeed that country is benefited from our highly skilled human resources. I've been informed that Ferguson's visit will include philanthropic work with the Angel of Hope Foundation, which, as we all know, is a charity organization that has committed itself to helping the needy and less privileged in our community. It has over the years uplifted many children, women, and the underprivileged, and continues to work for the betterment of our community. Minister Mutsvangwa also commended the efforts of businesswoman Zodwa Mkandla, who recently launched the Zodwa Mkandla Foundation, whose focus is on education, the youth in rural areas, and empowering young women with entrepreneurial skills. It is therefore moral, right, and appropriate that she has partnered with Ferguson to fundraise for a just cause, she said. This principle is in line with our government's commitment to leaving no one and no place behind, and in doing so, ensuring that we collectively improve the living standards of our citizens. Such initiatives, when run by women, often prove more effective since women better appreciate the lived realities of our communities. In that vein, I'm convinced that the extent of our unity as women is in direct proportion to the level of success that we can achieve. In Zimbabwe, we are fortunate that the current regime led by His Excellency President Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa is alive to the urgency of advancing the cause of women empowerment. As such, we've witnessed more women in positions of authority over the years. Ms. Mutsvangwa said Zimbabwe was a safe investment and tourist destination, and the Ferguson stay would go a long way in profiling the nation as one of the top tourist destinations in the world. In that vein, I want to reiterate that government's call to everyone across the world that they should visit Zimbabwe and share in all the goodness we have been blessed with as one people, one continent, and one world, she said. And so Ferguson was well treated. I mean, for real, if we do celebrate our own artists, our own actresses, our own comedians, our own athletics, like what we did to Ferguson, that is Zimbabwe. And but we love South Africans, we love their music, we love their soapies, we love everything about South Africa. Jealous down to know that South Africa singa it and but iwo vanotida here ndo problem iripo. Iwo vachide vazhinji vacho they don't like us, that's why tirizoona kuti xenophobia and all that. But sinei Mr. Mutsvangwa and Zodwa Mkandla and other people were so happy to welcome Connie Ferguson in Harare last week. We saw 3 days was full of activities, and she was treated royalty. And because I mean, most of us we grew up watching her on TV back in the day, by Generations up to now, to the Queen, which is one of the trending, actually leading soapies in South Africa. at the moment. And so guys, I did tell in the comment section, this is XIMEX TV hub for the communities. If you put that energy in supporting our own artists, our own comedians, you know, people like Gringo vakazofa vasina chango anacho, but munhu wekutoti takakura tichimuona panepenyuro pa-TV izvo zvinongorwadza. Mudara Bonzo akafa achitambura, but you know, he was one of the early comedians and in this industry. Saka mutembe kutoti the energy isn't the same energy that the government will keep to our local artists. I don't know, it's maybe because Connie Ferguson, she's a well-established actress or a well-established businesswoman maybe, but I still feel that we need to keep that energy when we talk of our local artists, when we talk of our local production companies. The government needs to be involved. They need to sponsor our artists kuti wakwanisa more life ningerinani life say Connie Ferguson. It's because the SA government support local arts and so guys, this is XIMEX TV hub for the communities. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Bless up.